Welcome, fellow stargazers. Congratulations, you've taken another step towards the realization. I have missed saying that for so long now. This is chapter 1 of Project Time Capsule. I figured I can't really proceed with my future plans without first clarifying one very important piece of this puzzle: myself. Who I am, who I've been, and how exactly did I find myself sitting in front of a camera right now? So, that's what we're gonna talk about in this video. There's quite a lot of things I need to get off my chest before proceeding any further with the project. I'm Aman Sharma, an undergraduate medical student from India. I've always been good at writing, but all my school life, it had been nothing more than just a little quirk of mine, until I reached a very crucial time of my life. It all started in Kota, like all things do. I was just a naive child, suddenly thrown into the competitive exam machinery that runs in our country. My worldview was immediately destroyed. What I had once perceived to be a beautiful world had soon revealed itself to be this absolute rotting mess of monsters feasting on each other. Soon I went from being a highly praised topper of my class to being just fodder for this toxic competitive environment. Class 11, I remember particularly well. My mother was alongside me in our rented apartment. I remember how she would go out to purchase groceries and how I, behind her back, tried to unalive myself on 3 separate occasions. But all 3 times, I could not gather any more courage than to just hold the knife slithering over my wrist. I backed off, and just when I thought situations were gonna get any better, COVID hit. As if the problems weren't already big enough, I was now supposed to survive a literal global historic tragedy. And I'm sure everyone watching this video is old enough to remember all the horrifying events that happened in 2020. Instead of feeling at all like I had imagined, I was further pushed into my depression, which soon turned darker. I started to hurt myself on a regular basis. I'd lock myself in my room and, without going into much details, let's just say that I escaped with only a bruised forehead and some violent and bleeding scratch marks on my ankles and heels. The only positive of this time period was that I started my writing journey as a means of escape from this otherwise hopeless situation. And as if all of that was somehow still not enough, 2021 began, and just 2 weeks into it, I lost my uncle to brain hemorrhage. At this point, I'd just gone numb. I was basically unrecognizable from who I was when I first left my home in 2019. And just when I was starting to recover from this loss, the second wave of COVID hit. And India was one of the worst affected countries in the second wave. I and basically everyone I knew was infected, including my own family. Dreaded sights of known people dying every day was common. And just a quick reminder, in the middle of all of this chaos, I still had to study hard for my NEET UG exam, which was continually being postponed at this stage. A very dear friend of mine lost his mother during the same time period, and sometimes I still wonder if any of my problems mean anything at all, because I cannot even imagine dealing through that kind of a loss. My own grandmother was also severely affected by COVID, with oxygen saturation levels hitting as low as 65%. Thankfully, she recovered, and I too finally went back to Kota once lockdown was lifted, to finally give my NEET exam, which was scheduled on 12th of September 2021. Another day that I'll never forget. Because forget scoring a good rank, I couldn't even get selected at all. That day was, in its truest sense, the first time when I faced an academic loss in my life. I wasn't the topper anymore. My depression had successfully gotten the best of me. I still remember vividly the cab ride back to my hotel, with all of these thoughts of failure circling in my head over and over. Well, long story short, went back to Kota and did pretty good actually this time around. Though the anxious thoughts and struggles were anything but over. The only silver lining was that I was finally able to not let it affect my studies. Developed my writing a bit more during this time and eventually got selected this year. Finally, I had the time to start a YouTube channel, like I had always wanted to. Watch some tutorials on how to do it, where to get stock footage from, where to get copyright-free audio from, or what copyright even means, and so on. And then I entered college and let's just say the environment here wasn't exactly friendly. But I steered through it anyway and published the few videos that I did. And fast forward 3 years into the future, and here I sit before this camera, recording myself for the first time. This is the first and last time I've talked of these things on this channel so directly. In the next video, which could in effect be considered part 2 of this video, I'll be explaining how I got the idea of Project Time Capsule, or what the project even is. And one more important thing I'd like to mention is that if anyone watching this video has gone through or is going through something similar, please know that you're not alone. It's not the end of the world, it really is just a difficult time that you must survive. The light at the end of it will be brighter than the darkness that consumes you right now. Your purpose is more than just being defined by your vulnerabilities, and your life has meaning beyond what you can see right now. If you're facing anything severe or even mild for that matter, please seek help. Talk to the people around you, any friend you trust, or seek professional help if it seems unbearable. Once again, stay strong guys. Wait for the next video, and until next time, chase brilliance.